Hi, I'm Christina. In this video, I'll be talking about some quirky connections related to humidity and how it affects our surroundings in day-to-day life. First, I will talk about why humidity affects us so much. And second, I will discuss the humidex and how it corrects for the effects of humidity on temperature. And finally, I'll discuss a quirky connection that results from this phenomenon. Relative humidity tells us how close the air is to being saturated, but not how much water vapor is in the air. In hot weather, our bodies cool by evaporation in the form of sweating, because it is a cooling process. When the air has a high relative humidity and is also hot, the rate of evaporation from our skin is slowed down, since the air is saturated with water vapor, so it cannot escape as easily from our skin. This is why we feel warmer in hot climates, with a high relative humidity, than we would in a climate with the same temperature and a lower relative humidity. The humidex is a method of describing the apparent temperature by combining the temperature and the relative humidity. This method is a more accurate representation of the temperature, since humidity can very drastically change the temperature we perceive. When the humidex is too high, this can create discomfort, and if it exceeds 45, this can be dangerous. After 54, there is a risk of heat stroke. A humidex of 45 can be obtained at a temperature as low as 29 degrees Celsius, depending on the relative humidity as shown in the figure, which highlights how important relative humidity is to our health and comfort. A quirky connection related to humidity that I have personally experienced and first found hard to believe is that despite the fact that the relative humidity in Kuwait in July is 28%, and in Toronto at this very moment it's 65%, there is still more water vapor in the air in Kuwait than there is in Toronto, even though Kuwait has a desert climate. This is because the humidity only gives an indication of how close the air is to being saturated, but not the water vapor content of the air. The dew point is a better indicator of the water vapor content. High dew points indicate high water vapor content. Toronto's dew point is -2 degrees Celsius, whereas Kuwait's dew point is approximately 5 degrees, so the air in Kuwait has a higher water vapor content, although it may not seem that way because it's so dry.